Welcome everyone. In the break-even chart, it's a very important to know in the break-even calculations. You know already the break-even fixed cost over selling price minus variable cost is the break-even quantity we can find out. This quantity you can see where the total cost equal total revenue. That's the break-even quantity here, break-even point. So above the break-even point, all the profits, and below the break-even point, we call it losses. So according to this, look at this activity number 2, the Grand Hotel. The Grand Hotel in Singapore has 600 rooms. The price charged on average by the hotel for a room is Singapore dollar 100. So that's the selling price of a hotel room. And figure 28.2 shows the break-even chart for the hotel. So you can see now total revenue curve goes like this, and total cost curve starting from here and goes like this. They're asking a couple of questions. Question number 1: what is the value of the fixed cost of the Grand Hotel? And answering this question, fixed cost normally starting with the total cost curve begins with the fixed cost point. So therefore, we can find out the total cost curve starting with the around 10 and 20, between 10 and 20. So we can see exactly this answer is 15,000 Singapore dollars. So 15,000 Singapore dollar is the fixed cost of the Singapore Grand Hotel. 15,000 Singapore. That's the answer for the first one. Fixed cost of this curve is starting point of the total cost. That's the fixed cost will be 15,000 Singapore dollars. Question number 2: how many rooms need to be occupied to break even? If they ask that kind of a question to break even, they're asking break even quantity, the other side. How many rooms need to be occupied to break even? This is, we can go down from the break even point. This is intersection point. If you come down to the break even number of rooms, that's 300 rooms. 300 rooms are there to break even, right? Question number 3 is asking what is the total revenue at the break even point. Total revenue at the break even point is the break even value they're asking. Total revenue at this point, you can see the break even point will go to the total revenue. This is a vertical axis, always total revenue and total cost. Here total revenue is 30,000 Singapore dollars. So that means total cost and total revenue must be at least 30,000. In this case, break-even point at $30,000, there will be no profit or no loss. That means at 300 level of occupancy, 300 hotel rooms mean they're break-even. That means you have to always give 300 rooms. They have 600 rooms. That means they have to always operate under 50% capacity in order to break even. Yes, it is maximum quantity, 600 rooms they have. The Grand Hotel, out of 600 rooms, they have to always occupy 50% of the rooms, which is 300 rooms, in order to break even, in order to cover their total cost. That means if you go below the 50% capacity, you are making losses. If you go above the 50% occupancy rate, that you are making profits. Question number 4 asking what is the total cost at the break-even point? Total costs and total revenue same here, 30,000. So cost also 30,000, revenue also 30,000. Right. Question number 5 asking if 500 rooms are occupied, what is the amount of profit and what is the margin of safety? Now they have given this also, the 500 rooms. If you go down to 500 rooms is definitely above the 50% capacity. They are making profit at this moment. The profitability we can find out. Profit is the total revenue minus total cost. At 500 capacity, room capacity, the total revenue is, you can see, 50,000 and total cost is 40,000. So 50,000 minus 40,000, 10,000 US dollars they are earning as a profit. 10,000 US dollars a profit. 500 room. If you go there, you can see the total cost at 500 rupees 40,000 here, and at 500 rooms total revenue is 50,000. So total revenue minus total cost, that is 10,000 Singapore dollars. And margin of safety, the value they are asking the quantity, 500 actual quantity minus break-even quantity. So 500 minus 300, so 200 rooms they have margin of safety quantity, 200 rooms. So there's a margin of safety value. This value total revenue at here, total revenue 50,000, break-even 30,000. So margin of safety value is 50,000 plus minus 30,000, 20,000. So that's the thing we can normally, the basic question we can ask from the like a kind of interpretation of the break-even chart, right? So today I'm going to give some guideline how to construct this break-even chart and how to actually make the simple break-even like analysis out of it. So step 1, when you're constructing break-even chart, following steps you can guide when you're drawing a break-even chart. normally it is useful to know the break-even point where the constructing chart is help you to check your chart is correct. So manually you can first of all calculate the break-even point, like fixed cost over selling price minus variable cost. This case break-even is 1000. After that, step 2 is create the total cost and total revenue straight lines. Right, total cost and total revenue straight line and create with the coordinates, right? And then choose 0 as the level to make a calculation easier. So 0 to starting with the origin. You can see the next page. That's how we are making the origin like that. And after that, when output is 0, total revenue will be 0, right? Like this point, total revenue we can draw like that. We can make a small chart to make this thing. So we can make an output 0 and 2000. Total costs and total revenue we can calculate, and we can, only thing we have to match the coordinates. In order to draw a straight line, we only need only 2 coordinates, x1, x2, y1, y2. So that's why xy coordinate and x1, y1 coordinate. So here output 0, total cost 10,000. That is this one. Now output 2000, total cost is 30,000. So 2000 level, we have 30,000. This is output 2000. So we can draw this one. We can connect these 2 points, and we can draw the total cost curve. Same time, total revenue also you can see an output 0, total revenue also 0. And output 2000, total revenue is 40,000, and we can connect those 2 lines, and we can draw the total revenue curve. So this is the intersection point we call the break-even point, and then we can find out out of that what's the break-even point, margin of safety, profit region, loss region, everything, right? Okay, now we are moving to very important thing, the effect of change in break-even cost and break-even chart. Right. Normally, when you increase the prices, total revenue can increase like this. Total revenue can become more steeper if you increase the revenue. If total revenue decrease, it will go to TR2 to TR1. Revenue decreases. So with the price, you can see when you increase the price, when you increase the selling price, total revenue will increase. So it will be chart will become more steeper. If the price is higher, TR will be steeper and break-even point will shift to left. So break-even point we can reduce. Right? So because there is always, when they increase the selling price, increasing the revenue, increasing revenue means break-even will decrease. That means now to break even, we can sell less items. Previous it was Q1, now Q2. On the other hand, opposite side, same thing. If the price goes down, total revenue will be more flatter. Curve will be go down flatter and not steeper. And then we have to sell more items. So break-even quantity also increasing to Q2 to Q1 like that. So even variable cost, this second situation, look at this chart. If you increase your variable cost, total cost will be starting from increasing to TC1 to TC2. And variable cost decrease, it will go down to TC2 to TC1. So these things you can do, you can see in my handout, right? I have given these things. So I have to draw like this. I'll tell you how to draw this thing. There are 6 situations, 6 graphs you have to draw. The effects of changes in the price and the cost of the break-even chart. So price increase, you can see the total revenue will be steep and break-even point shift to left. And when price decrease, total revenue will be flatter and break-even will shift to right. So here break-even will reduce, here break-even will increase. Okay, now we'll draw this one. I hope you have the necessary resources to draw this thing. So how to do this one? Price increase, price decrease. So I'll share this my whiteboard with you. So you can see this is how we are going to draw this. You can see so I'm taking the this one, price increase and price decrease, the first one. So when price increases, so first of all I'm talking the price increase situation. I'm actually taking this one. Let's say take the let's say I'm taking red color to show. Now, if your price increases, so total revenue will become more steeper. You can see now total revenue curve become more steeper here, starting from total revenue. So I can see, okay, total revenue curve will go like this. So I'm naming this curve, total revenue curve, as a TR1. TR1. So you also can same time you can draw with me. So TR1. Now you can see what happened to the break-even point. The break-even point will go down. You can see that also you can depict it there. So what happened? So here the previously one TR1, TC1, this is break-even, BEP, break-even quantity is here. Now what happened at the new situation, break-even quantity will decrease. You don't need to, because revenue increases, break-even quantity decreases. So we can say like this is a Q1, and this is the new quantity, break-even Q2. And see, it goes to left-hand side. So please draw this thing, right? So break-even will go to the left-hand side like this, right? Use the arrowhead, you can see what happened to break-even point as a result of revenue increases. When the revenue increases, total revenue curve will be more steeper, and as a result of what happened, TR will be moved to TR1, and then as a result, what happened, break-even quantity we can reduce. So now I'm drawing the second scenario. What happened when the total revenue decreases, when the selling prices decrease? We reduce the selling price. Sometimes government can reduce the selling price. So government will reduce the selling price, or situation like a deflation situation, the total revenue curve will be more flatter. Then we can draw the new total revenue curve. I'm drawing the second one here down. So I can draw another flat line. This I can name this curve as a TR2. This is the red color line. This will be TR2, total revenue 1. This is TR1. You can see now what happened, the selling price decreases. If selling price decreases, revenue curve becomes flatter. So now what has happened to the quantity of break even? Previously the break even point was here. Here the total revenue meet the total cost. This is the previous quantity. Then now what happened as a result of the new total revenue, break even quantity increases, which is not good for the organization, because the sales people has to put more effort in order to sell more quantity. This case, so break even quantity will not happen, increases. Which goes to Q2, Q1 to Q2, which goes to the left right hand side, it will be shift. So in the second line, second chart you can draw, this is I call Q1, and should go to the moon to the other side as a Q2. Quantity means here break even points. So this is a situation of a sales price increase, sales price decrease. Sales price increases, what happens? Break even will decrease. Sales price decreases, break even quantity will increase. So this one you can draw in my handout in the page number. You can see the page number 5 with my handout. So you can draw this one, those two curves, selling price increase, what happens, selling price decrease, what happened in this situation. Okay. Now we are going to the second scenario.
Sir?
The fixed cost. Yes.
So could you go back to the other diagram?
Yeah. Now selling price increases. This is the first one to write down. Selling price increases like this. You can draw like this. Break even quantity will decrease. Selling price decreases. Break even quantity will increase. Okay. So these two diagrams you have to draw in the first two boxes. The second scenario I'm talking about, what happened to the fixed costs. When the fixed cost increases and fixed cost decreases, what kind of impact is there for the break-even quantity? Right? This is called.
I finished. Thanks.
Okay. So now we'll go to the fixed cost scenario. You can see the second and third boxes. You can see when the fixed cost changes. When fixed cost increases, total costs will move upward with the steepness unchanged, slope unchanged, same slope, because slope will be determined by the variable cost. That's why here fixed cost steepness unchanged, and the break-even will shift to the right. On the other hand, if the fixed cost goes down, total cost will move downward with the steepness unchanged, and the break-even will shift to the left. This one I'll show you again in my whiteboard. What happened, fixed cost increase, what happened, fixed cost decrease. So again, I'm using for the drawing of the fixed cost curve, I'm using a blue color. So here steepness unchanged, fixed cost increase means the total cost line will be changing like this. Steepness unchanged, it will be move upward. So this one I'll call this curve, new curve, as TC1. Total cost will increase. So this is what happened. Fixed cost increases, total cost increases, steepness unchanged because the angle will not changing because of nothing happened to the variable cost. Only fixed cost point. You can see here 50 fixed cost 20,000. Now fixed cost increase to 30,000. Starting point change. So now what happened to the break even? Break even point you can see now previous break even quantities here TR and TC. The intersection point is this. We call the Q1. With the new one, you can see when the new break-even point here TC1 and TR. So you can see as a result of fixed cost increases, what happened to the break-even quantity increases. This one I call this one Q1, break-even quantity 1, and now this become the Q2. You can see because of the fixed cost increase, break-even also increases. Break-even also increases. So we can see the curve, the angle momentum here, it goes down like that, goes to the right hand side. So I'm going to showing the other effect also when what happens when fixed cost decreases. Fixed cost mean like your rent, insurance, advertising, something the costs that do not change with the level of output. If your fixed cost decreases, the opposite reaction happen. The opposite reaction means the starting point of the fixed cost goes down, steepness unchanged, but the fixed cost curve will go down like this. You can see the blue color curve. So I'm name this one as a new total cost TC1. TC1. So you can see now what happened to break-even point. Break-even point, fixed cost goes down, break-even point also goes down. Fixed cost goes down, break-even point also goes down. Previously break-even was like this quantity. The new break-even point is now at this quantity. You can see break-even quantity goes down. Fixed cost goes down, break-even also goes down. So you can Q1 and this is Q2. And we can make an arrowhead also. Break-even quantity will decrease. So we can make some kind of phenomena here, a theorem we can create it. With the revenue, there's a inverse relationship is there with the break-even, revenue and break-even, revenue increase, break-even decrease, revenue decrease, break-even increase. But with the cost, there's always positive relationship is we can see cost and the break-even point. When cost increases, break-even point also increases. When the cost decreases, break-even point also decreases. So that's theorem, that's the relationship you can understand here. What is the sensitivity here? With the total revenue and the break-even, there's the opposite relationship. With total revenue increase, break-even will decrease. But in this case, if total cost increases, break-even will increases. There's a positive relationship. With the revenue, there's a negative relationship. With the cost, there's a positive relationship. So this one, I hope you can draw here in my handout. So I've given spaces here. Fixed cost increases, you can draw here. Fixed cost decreases, you can draw here. Okay. Now we are going to the third scenario. What happens when the variable cost change? Variable cost increase, variable cost decrease. When variable cost increases, total cost will be steeper and the break-even will shift to the right. So with the variable cost increase also, break-even will increase. But the curve steeper because angle will change, because the slope will change. Steeper means it will become more, like angle will change to the left side directions, become more steeper. This is variable incident. Okay, let's go back to my whiteboard and see what kind of a reaction in the break-even we can find out from the variable cost changes. You can see now total cost as a result of the variable cost changes, it actually have an impact on our total cost. I'll draw the new total cost with the green color. So now with our steepness will increase with the variable cost increases, the new total cost will be, starting point will be not change, but the angle will be, you can see the steep angle will goes like this. So I'm drawing a little bit here. So you can see now new angle will change. You can see this one I call TC1. TC1. So we can see the previous situation, fixed cost increases. So starting cost, fixed cost 1, fixed cost 2. But here fixed cost is same, no change, only angle change. Steepness will increase. So what about the break even? You can see the same impact on break even. Previously this is a break even quantity. So Q1, and this is our new break even quantity. You can see the variable cost increases, break even also increases. The same scenario like a fixed cost increase situation. We can tell this one as a Q1 and this one as a Q2. Right? So what happened to the break even? Break even will increases. Here total cost increases, variable cost increase mean total cost also increases, steepness will increase, and what happened to break even? Break even also increases to Q2, Q1 to Q2. On the other hand, you can see the opposite side. What happened to the break even when variable cost decreases? Right? When variable cost decreases, total cost curve will be flatter, more flatter, like this drawing. The steepness will decrease. Steepness will decrease. The TC become more flat, more flatter. So I'm naming this new TC curve as a TC total cost 1. Right? So now you can see this is previous one and this is a new one. This first scenario, the total cost increases and steepness will increase because variable cost increases. This situation, variable cost decreases. Variable cost means that direct material costs, direct labor costs, and direct other expenses cost decreases. Sometimes it can be happen. Variable cost can be decreases. So in that situation, total cost decrease and there's a break-even quantity also we can decrease as a result of that. It's good for the business organization always, like, you know, when the break-even quantity decrease means it's a kind of a relief for the marketing department. Why? They now need to make more effort to actually sell more income, more quantities, because from the less quantities we can make a easy break-even quantity. We can see break-even decrease is always healthier for the business organization. That means from small quantity they can break even. Here you can see this is Q2, new one is the Q1. You can see Q1 to Q2, the break-even quantity decreases. Here now we can see the relationship. You can see with the revenue and the break-even, there's a negative relationship. Revenue increases, break-even decreases, and vice versa. But with the fixed cost and the variable cost, there's a positive relationship we can see. When the fixed cost increases, variable cost increases, break-even increases to the right-hand side. On the other hand, when the fixed cost decreases and variable cost decreases, break-even also quantity will decrease. So that is, there's a positive relationship between the cost and the break-even. So this kind of charts, what is the examination used? Because in examination, how can this kind of a question can come? Sometimes in analysis questions, sometimes you can ask what is the impact of reducing fixed cost. In this case study, fixed cost, the rent increased by this amount. What kind of impact is there for the break-even quantity? In that scenario, sometimes you can use this kind of a chart as a supporting evidence, like a supporting material to show your knowledge. Even for 12 mark also, sometimes they're asking evaluate the usefulness of break-even analysis. In this case, in some scenario, some case study, if they given some kind of situation like the organization fixed cost has increases tremendously from a couple of years. You can see last year fixed cost increased by 10%. What kind of impact is there for the break-even analysis? Then you can show that impact by using a small chart like that. And in the charts, you should name this one. This is the normally vertical axis should be always we can say TR or TC, vertical axis, and then the horizontal axis you can name as a quantity axis. So all these charts you can name like that. Top axis is a TRTC, total revenue or total cost curve we are naming here in the y-axis, and x-axis is always a quantity axis, right? So all these 6 diagrams you can name like this. So name the curves. This is the break-even charts. You can see that's how you can see the break-even momentums, break-even different situations. You can draw like that. Revenue increase, revenue decrease, fixed cost increase, fixed cost decrease, variable cost increase, variable cost decrease. in this scenario, six situation, this is how break-even will be moving. In summary, we can say with the revenue, there's a negative relationship with the break-even, and in the cost, any cost, fixed cost or variable cost, there's a positive relationship with the break-even point, which is cost increase, break-even point increase, which cost decreases, break-even point will decreases, right? So I hope you understood that concept, and you draw everything in this my handout also, right? So 6 handouts, right? So now we'll see some MCQ questions based on break-even. There are some couple of possibles also there. Question number 1: what is a business doing at a break-even point? What is a business doing at a break-even point? Making a profit, making a loss, making neither profit nor loss. Yes, I can see but yeah, 5-6 answers are there in the chat line. Very good. Yes, answer is number 3. Yes, third one, making neither profit nor loss. Very good. Yes. Question number 2: what is the business doing when it sells up to output beyond the break-even point? What is the business doing when it sells output beyond the break-even point? Yes, this time also everyone correct. Beyond the break-even point, business making a profit. Beyond the break-even point, business making a profit. Very good. Huh? Yes. Question number 3: on break-even chart, what line does the total revenue line meet with the break-even point? What line does the total revenue line meet at the break-even point? Number 1, a fixed cost line. Number 2, variable cost line. Number 3, total cost line. Simple question. Yes, everyone correct this time. Yes, answer is 3, the total cost line. Correct. Total cost line. Question number 4. On a break-even chart, what is the total cost above the break-even point? Break-even chart, what is the total cost above the break-even point? Right. So I can show you on break-even chart, what is the total cost above the break-even point? You can see this is the one they're asking in the break-even chart. What is the total cost above the break-even point? Imagine here the break-even chart. What is the total cost above the break-even? Above the break-even point, total cost is always less than the revenue. You can see here is every chart above the break-even point, total cost is low because this is a profit region. In order to make a profit, you must reduce the total cost. The total revenue must exceed the total cost. That's why above the break-even point, total cost is always less than the total revenue. Here also like that, total cost is low. Here total cost is low. Every chart we can see above the break-even point or beyond the break-even point, total cost is low. So what the question they're asking here, above the break-even point, less than the total revenue, equal to total revenue, greater than the total revenue. Yes, I can see. Yeah, very good answers. Couple of answers coming from you. Less than total revenue, correct? Right? Above the break-even point, always less than the total revenue. Answers for question number 4. Answer is 1. Question number 5. What does break-even analysis not assume? Right. We have certain assumptions in a break-even chart. I'll show you that those are the main limitations of the break-even. All units are sold. That's the assumption. That we assume that there is no stocks in the break-even. No stocks. We assume that all production we can sell. That's the assumption. External environment is unstable. That's a wrong answer because we assume that external environment is stable. External environment is stable. What is external environment? Yeah, government. You can see economic environment, technological environment, everything. Pestal factors, political, economical, social, technological, legal, cultural, all these external factors which is beyond the control of the business, we are assuming these are stable. So therefore, second one we can't see. External environment unstable is not an assumption. Forecasts are reliable. So we assume that our forecasts are reliable. So, but actually, normally it cannot predict it accurately, total cost, variable cost, fixed cost, it can change. So we are the correct answer here, answer number 2. Yes, student gave the correct answers. Yes, Amma gave the correct answers. So answer is 2, external environment unstable, that we are not taking as assumption. So it should be other way. We are assuming that external environment is stable. Okay, question number 6. When does the break-even point change? When does the break-even point change? When cost goes up, when cost goes down, when cost change. So we can say is up or down, we define it as change. So cost change, break-even point, always changing. When cost goes up, break-even point will increase. Cost goes down, break-even point will decrease. When cost change, break-even also change. So answer is 6.3. 6.3, right. Question number 7, when does the break-even point fall? This is a question that we, this MCQ question, we from today's lesson you can see, we find out certain scenarios when break-even point fall. When cost goes up, break-even point also increases. I told you there's a positive relationship. When cost goes down, break-even point will fall. So answer is 2, 7.2, break-even point will fall when cost goes down. Right. Question number 8, what is the contribution? What is contribution? Contribution, I told you, this is the difference between selling price minus variable cost. The same thing, the denominator of the break-even formula, fixed cost over contribution. So answer is price of an item less variable cost per item. Answer is number 3 for it question. Contribution is the price of an item, price minus less variable cost per item. Right. Okay. Question number 9. I'm asking answers from you. So you can use the chat line here. If average variable cost is 10 and average selling price is 25, what is the contribution? I told you previously, contribution we can calculate the selling price minus variable cost. So this case, how much? 25 minus 10 equal 25 minus 15, 10 equal 15, 50. There's a negative 15 also, positive 15 also. Answer is positive 15. Yes, 2 students get the correct answers, right? Okay, the last MCQ. If the average variable cost is 10 and average selling price is 25, fixed costs are 60,000, what is the break-even output? Right? Okay, TJ, can you give me the answer for this one? Average variable cost 10, average selling price is 25, and fixed costs are 60,000. What is the break-even output? Fixed cost over selling price minus variable cost. Yes, I can get the answers from the, yes, TJ get the correct answer. 4,000 quantities. Yes, 4,000 answer is here. So here normally 4,000, it should be quantity, not a value. If they ask you break-even output is 4,000 quantity, but this is a value. You can see we have to multiply by 25. Then 4,000 multiplied by 25, it should be 100,000. But normally we are taking the, it should be removed. I think this is a printing mistake. The dollar value, the pound value must be gone. It should be 4,000 units. So unit value they're asking. If there's a price value, the value. So you're asking the volume here. If you're asking the value, you have to multiply that with the selling price. 4,000 to 25 is 100,000. So, but the break-even output in quantity is 4,000 units, right? It's 4,000 units, right? Okay. Now we'll move into the next part of the question. You can see 2010. 2010. This part of the question they're asking. Okay, having the break, have drawn the break-even chart below. Balbo thinks that the selling price of 20 pounds is higher than it needs to be, and it has should be decreased. In this case, you can find out the total revenue here, total cost is here, and fixed cost goes like this. So what happened to this case? Total revenue and total cost. Fixed cost also they have showing here, but the question they're asking, how will a decrease in the selling price of effect of the total revenue line, total cost and break-even point? Decrease in selling price. So I told you today in the charts, when you decrease the selling price, revenue will fall. I'll show the our whiteboard again. Selling price decreases means total revenue decreases. This happen like this. Total revenue will go to TR to TR1. When selling price decreases, what happen? Break-even quantity will increases. So you have to say that here. So selling price decreases, break-even point will increases. This case you can find out as a result of this, the effect of the price change in the total revenue line, total revenue will increases. Selling price will decreases, as a result break-even quantity will increases. You have to say that in your answer. If your selling price decrease, total revenue will fall. So you can draw a new line like this, and then you can find out the break-even point right now is about 150. So it will be increases. It will be increases. as a result of that. So business has to sell more outputs in order to break even as a result of that. Right. 6-mark question, analyze question. 2007 question we have discussed already to identify the points of the break-even chart. So here part 1, question number 1 is a total revenue, total cost curve, y-axis. Number 2 here total revenue curve, total revenue line. Number 3 here total cost curve, number 3. Number 4 fixed cost curve. Number 5 break-even point. And number 6 is the total quantity axis. So altogether 5 marks here to name the points of a chart. 2005 June, there's a question. Beth Webster, the production director, needs to know the minimum number of items that must be made and sold each month if batch identity limited to cover its cost. She used a break-even chart to do this. So you can see total revenue here in the dot lines and the total cost curve here. Total cost and total revenue matching here about 3,000 copies, 3,000 items of garments. So here, asking on the above chart, label the break-even point. So here, label break-even point here. This axis, you can see the value is volume is 3,000. Value is about but less than 5,000. How many units does the batch identity limited need to sell in order to break even? They're asking, this is a break-even point, intersection point. If we go down here, it's 3,000 units of garments they have to sell in order to break even. You can just write 3,000, you can't say 3,000, but 3,000 garments. 3,000 garments they have to sell in order to cover the cost, total cost break even. What is the revenue at break even? That means you have to go from here. That means they are selling 5,000 pounds. The revenue is 50,000 pounds. The break even value of the batch identity limited revenue at the break even is 50,000 pounds. Let's say the value 1 mark. What would be the profit or loss if 2,000 units are sold? State whether it is a profit or loss. First of all, you can say it's a loss. Why? Because in order to break even also you have to sell 3,000. If you sell 2,000 means definitely a loss. You can see the loss situation. And you can calculate the loss here at the situation. Here the cost is 30,000 and here is 35,000 total revenue. Total cost is 35,000, total revenue is 30,000. You can see there's about 5,000 pounds loss they are making by the batch identity as a result of this. And explain the effect. Break-even analysis can show the result of what-if situation. Example of what if the selling price was increased. This is a question. 3-mark question also can become. What-if situation is the selling price can be increased. What if the selling price increases? We taught today when selling price increases, what happens? Break-even will decreases. In my go back to whiteboard. The first scenario, when selling price increases, break-even will decreases. So you have to explain that, right? No need to draw that diagram there, but you can explain what happened. This situation explain the effect of employing 2 or more machinists would have a batch identity limited to break-even output, right? For example, what if so? This question asking a different scenario that explain the effect of employing 2 more machinists would have on the batch identity limit to break-even point. So if you employ more machinists means a direct labor. Direct labor means variable cost. This situation they're asking this chart. You can see what happened when variable cost increases. Third chart, you can see when variable cost increases, total cost will increases, and total cost increases, break-even point will increases. So you can explain that situation here in the answer for 3-marker question. No need to draw the diagram there for 3 markers. If it's 6-marker is okay, you can draw the diagram. You can say as a result of employing 2 more machinists, the variable cost will increases. When the variable cost increases, the total cost will increases. When total cost increases, the break-even point will increases. Like that, you have to give interrelated 3 sentences. 2 machinists means variable cost. Then VC increases, TC increases. When TC increases, BEP increases, break-even increase, like that. So VC to TC, TC to BEP. So what is VC? Variable cost. What is total cost? What is TC? Total cost. What is BEP? Break-even point. So you can show this interrelationship. This is like, you can feel this is a little bit highly technical. No, if you get the knowledge, I think it's not difficult for you, because we talk about that's when the cost increases, break-even will increases. But you have to identify correctly what is a fixed cost or a variable cost. So machinist goes on the direct labor. Right. So I think we discussed this case study, Corn Street Cycle thing, and talk about the Goal Ice Cream case study also. So almost we finished everything. Talk about the Grand Hotel case study today. The activity number 2 also we discussed in the beginning of my session. Yeah, this question I left you as a homework question. So Grafton Dinghies company. So chapter review questions are there. There is 5 questions to there. It's a very good question to review. So in my next session, I will start with this and I will explain you the answers and everything. I expect you to actually send me some answers. Then I can go through your answers and I can mark everything whether you understand the question or not. Okay, from that, I'm winding up my today's session. Thank you very much. See you in my next session. And have a nice day and have a nice weekend. Happy Children's Day also. Wish you good luck.